Alright guys, we're back with the review of the Razer Ouroboros.
Right? The Ouroboros, yeah, it's a very confusing name. But
we already did an unboxing of it, so you can go check that out if you want. Now we're back with the review. Giuseppe over here got to play with it a lot.
Yep, I was the guy who handled the Razer stuff for the past week. So, anyways, we have the mouse itself. I actually love this mouse. It's a very expensive mouse. It's $149, but unlike the Razer Deathstalker keyboard, it's actually worth the price. So first of all, you have, of course, your dock, which I love. You don't have to actually plug in your mouse. You just set it right on top, and it starts charging your mouse right there.
That's very nice.
And it grips. The grip on this thing.
Yeah, it's got a very nice grip.
This isn't going anywhere. And the battery on this mouse actually is horrendous. It doesn't last as long as I thought it would, but it doesn't really matter because you can just take the cable out of the dock and plop it right into the mouse behind.
How long without a...
I'd say about a day.
Okay, yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, compared to my G700, it's still going strong after like 4 months. So
okay, that's what I was gonna ask you next. Compared to like other mice, how does this compare?
So this by far is the most highest end mouse I've ever used as far as like the feel. Considering that you can, actually, whoops, I have to reconnect this, otherwise it won't hook up to my computer. So like this. How this is angled right now, actually, you can customize it using this little roll thing over here, which I really like because I like my mouse with a high arch because I generally keep my hand like this over the mouse, so I like it with a curve. These two sides are removable to add shorter things, but personally, I like the longer pads, if you like to call them, because your hand doesn't slide on the surface that you're actually using. One downside of this mouse that I do have to say is that on my other Logitech mouses that I've used, because I have a lot of Logitech mouses, I've used tons of Logitech mouses, you have usually a button to release the scroll wheel so it can free scroll. This mouse doesn't have that, so I kind of missed that, but once again, not too big of a deal. On the bottom, you have 2 screws here that you can actually extend the length of the mouse or shorten the length of the mouse depending on how long you want it. I'm not going to go ahead and do that now because I have to unscrew those 2 tiny screws, which is a pain. But
so it's a feature you really didn't use that much, it seems?
I use it once when you set it up, to make your mouse as long or short as you want. And underneath that is also the battery. You pull this out completely and the battery's underneath it if you ever need to swap a battery. Over here you have your Dpi switches. Your Dpi switches, your setters, I guess, to presets to lower and higher DPI. Lowest DPI is 100. The highest is 8,200, 8,200 DPI. But that's like pretty sensitive. So I usually keep it around 800 when not gaming, or when you have to like lower for sniping, I guess. You could do that. It's actually, I don't understand, in the profiler in Razer Snaps, it said that there's an actual button, I guess, here, or a force feedback thing that puts in sniping mode. I haven't figured that out yet, though, so I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It's all done through snaps, by the way.
Yeah, everything.
Most of it's done through snaps.
The brightness, the color of the mouse can't be changed as far as the lighting.
So it's 6 screen then, stays on green.
Stays green, right. But you can dim it to keep the battery running longer. And actually, over here, these 3 lights over here, I don't know if you can see them, but that's actually the battery indicator.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when that lowers, it will start, actually your mouse will start to flash when the battery's really low. And all the battery, as far as power and all that stuff, you can check it through Razer Snaps. It'll tell you the exact level. Right now it's at 100 because I had it in the dock. But you can set the sleep mode for the mouse, and when it starts flashing, 15%, 20%, or 25%. You have your programmable buttons right here. You have 2 over here, 2 over here, and 2 over here. I keep these as DPI buttons always, though, because it's very convenient just to go up or down in DPI.
Yeah, on the fly,
You can program, I think there was something else over here. Just trying to get to, yeah, so you can program the middle scroll button. The only thing you can't program pretty much is the left click. The left click is the only thing you can't reprogram, but everything else, you can do whatever you want as far as anything else goes. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend this mouse.
Compared to other mice you use, it sounds like you like it a lot.
It's very expensive. It's $149, but I guess it's worth it because, like I said, this is one of the nicest, most comfortable feeling mice. If you're going to be gaming for a while, you want something that feels comfortable on your hand.
Right. Yeah.
So I can totally understand it. Compared to like my past mouse, the mouse before this was my G702, which is an amazing mouse too. This mouse actually, something I said in the unboxing is that it has a weighting system, but it doesn't. There's no weights for this mouse, so it's just one weight. Which
yeah,
is
that's
really
weird.
difference.
It looked like it did come with a weighting system.
Yeah, no,
not.
it didn't.
I mean, I'm not personally a fan of the weighting system.
No,
I never saw the use for it. I think it's neat, but like
I usually prefer heavier mice, but like
yeah.
because it just sticks to the mat more. But yeah. So this mouse is pretty good, and the G700 that I had was also using before the wireless Logitech mouse. Once again, the arch was the big thing because the G702 didn't really have this much of an arch. But this, since it's customizable, you can pretty much do whatever you want to it. Okay. It's a really nice mouse.
All right.
I definitely recommend it.
That about wraps everything up. So remember, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Follow us on Twitter. You can go to Facebook. We're on there. We also have a Twitch page now. We've got a lot of other cool content in the work too. You can also follow us on Twitter. It'll be around here somewhere. Twitter
yep. And be sure to go to our channel, and there should be now a donate button too to help us get products to review and box.
Yeah.
Be much appreciated.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, and yeah, see you next time.
See you around.